Good morning! I'm so excited. This morning I'm celebrating the launch of my Kickstarter for the Self-Mastery Oracle deck. This is an incredible resource that I created 2 years ago when I was going through a tough spot in my life and I was asking for support. And so this deck is for sensitive intuitives, healers, practitioners, anyone moving through major life transition and you're looking for clarity when you're experiencing self-doubt or confusion or things just aren't quite lining up. So when I created this deck, in the beginning, I got the download that I would be doing this. I've never created an art project like this. I've never illustrated anything in my life. And what happened is I was asking for support and my dragon guides came through and they gave me the names of 42 cards for this 42 card deck. So basically I wrote that down and then for 45 days I was in Asheville doing a cat sit. So I was staying at somebody's house. I was in a new city by myself and I didn't have the resources I needed to support myself and what I was going through. And so every day I asked for a card number and I got the download. I saw the picture of what the illustration wanted to be. And I basically channeled and wrote down the message for the card. So there's a 40-page guidebook. And there are visualizations, meditations, exercises. And a lot of this work is essentially shadow work. You don't have to use the deck in that way. But it's an incredible resource because in my experience, like after I was done with each card, I actually sang the frequency of the alchemy into each card. So it's its own consciousness. And I'll kind of give you some examples and I'm going to do a reading this morning. Hello. Good morning. Thanks for joining my live. I'm so excited to be sharing the Self-Mastery Oracle deck. I'm going to be doing a collective reading first, and then I'm going to pull some individual cards if anybody wants to receive a little bit of guidance. So this campaign for the Kickstarter is going to be going on from today, April 4th, until May 4th. And I'm just so excited to get this out into the world because this resource has helped me move through some really difficult challenges in my life. I know it's going to help a lot of people tune into their intuition, self-trust, inner guidance. Hi, Lily. Thanks for coming on. So I'm going to do a card read for the collective today. I'm seeing 5 cards. And this is how I recommend using the deck. Really tuning into your heart and setting your intention and then asking yourself how many cards want to be a part of the reading. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, got 5 cards. So the first card is Quantum Leap. So just feel into the image of this card. Notice the colors. For me, the 33 was when I was experiencing some big shifts in my life, some opening up of my own consciousness and remembrance. This, to me, this card signifies like a timeline shift. This is absolutely quantum. So rather than moving through linear time, it's like one day you're in one experience and the next day you're in a completely new life experience. So just feel into this alchemy for yourself. What does this mean for you in your life? What shifts are you moving through and what new opportunities and openings are you welcoming? So this is an activation of this frequency. And you feel free to comment in the chat. I'd love to hear your feedback and how you interact with the cards, because I notice when I read with people, every interpretation is different. People see different things in each card, and that's the beauty of it. It's all about your intuition, your felt sense of how the frequencies are interacting with you. So the second card, is Inner Authority. So the depiction on the card is a little goofy. It's Baba Guru Gigi, somebody who is, claiming to be an authority in the spiritual world. But this is a reminder that no matter what systems or modalities or whatever people are saying outside of you, to go inward and to trust yourself. You can see in the little on the card, it says, manifest 10 positive affirmations to reach enlightenment. Just clear it. It's all about light and love. So kind of like these new age tropes. Thank you so much, Mogan. I really appreciate it. Mogana Bhaskaran. I really appreciate it. So this is a reminder to go inward. Integrity. Wow, this reading is really all about personal development, and I think this is really speaking to what the deck does and how it supports people. I think that's why it's coming through this way, because launching this deck for the first time in a big way, I'm just so excited to see how people interact with it. And really the goal behind this campaign is to support people in elevating their consciousness and remembering more of who they are, trusting themselves, and stepping more into their own personal power. So there's a little baby dragon on this card. Of course, I love dragons. And just feel into the frequency that's coming through for you. So far we have the 3-3, the 2, the 2-2. It's kind of an interesting sequence of numbers. When I feel into the 2-2, it can also be connected to partnership. So what is that like for you to show up in your complete integrity, owning who you are, being true to yourself, being true to your voice, and just notice what's coming through. Yeah, the energy in the space is shifting a little bit. There's some softness, if you notice that. I made some matcha this morning. The next card is Emotional Integration. I love this card. The waters of the emotions. And just notice how the image stands out to you. What colors or what parts of the image are speaking to you? What are you feeling inside of your body? Are there any emotions that are coming up for you that are asking to be felt, to be integrated into your life's work, into your writing, into your art, into your passions? I'm seeing an image of someone kind of planting seeds and moving the emotional energy into the earth through gardening. And Lily, I'm seeing for you specifically moving that energy into your words through your writing. It's very powerful. And please share in the chat if you are experiencing anything with these cards or feeling anything for yourself come up. I always love to hear feedback. And the final card is Magic. This is your personal magic, your divine spark, your connection to Source, God, all that is, I am, whatever you want to call it. the energy that flows through and among all of us, the frequency, the unexpected miracles that happen in everyday life, big and small, those little moments that you cherish, those little, the ignition of inspiration, those little silly moments that just make you laugh, that bring levity to whatever you're moving through. This is that magic. And also the serendipities, the things that line up and you're just like, you can't make this up. Maybe the same themes come up, or even the same day. It's all part of this, the connection to all that is. So I'll show you the whole spread for today. We had Quantum Leap, Inner Authority, Integrity, Emotional Integration, and Magic. Yay. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess holding it up. So let's activate this. I feel like all these frequencies are moving and bubbling, and I'm just going to bring through a little sound frequency to activate this whole spread. So if you're tuning in either live or on the replay, just take a moment to close your eyes, to tune into your breath, and just take a nice deep breath and exhale through your mouth as you land in your body. Feeling this activation supporting you and moving inward to knowing your truth, to owning your truth, to stepping into your own authority. And just take another breath in through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And just notice yourself land more deeply into trust in your body and your own wisdom. And when you're ready, open your eyes. You may want to write down anything that comes through for you. Morgana says, you're on a self-discovery journey and it's happening in stages. I just recently learned to let go of something very close to my heart. I felt the energy shift and now I'm at peace and more regulated. That's really beautiful. Would you like a card pull today, Morgana? I apologize if I'm not saying your name right. All right, perfect. So just take a moment to tune into your heart and set your intention. What kind of support you're looking for in this moment, at this time in your life. And just let me know, Morgana, when you're ready, when you have your intention clear. Okay. Perfect. This is your card. And just feel into this card again. Just noticing what your own inner knowing is telling you in this moment. This is confirmation. It's clear that you're moving through a big transition right now. Yeah. I'm really feeling into the expansiveness of the heart energy. Loving fearlessly. Tune into what you'd like to create as you're moving forward in this next chapter. Tune into your own art. What brings you joy? How can you do more of that? Yeah, this is definitely a card of like limitlessness. It's like whatever you've released that was holding you back, now you're free to create. There's so many options. How is this feeling for you? You have a lot of support. I can feel the bird kingdom. The birds are guiding you. Okay. Would anyone else like a card read this morning? Be happy to pull a card for you. Reading from the Self Mastery Oracle deck, and so I am launching my Kickstarter today. I'll put the link in the chat if anybody wants to check it out. This is going to be running for the month of April 4th through May 4th. And I'm so excited because this is a tool that you can use to access your own inner guidance system. So it's not channeling anything outside of yourself. It's really trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and bringing clarity to those times in life when you feel self-doubt or confusion, or you're making some decisions and you really need confirmation for yourself that you're doing the right thing. So it's really tuning into your body's wisdom. And the guidebook, which I kind of recommend when you read cards from this deck, like use your intuition as to whether you even find the guidebook to be appropriate to read. It may be enough to just look at the cards, look at the images, tune in. Sometimes when I read the book, if I'm called to it, I'll just let words or phrases pop off the page. Morgana says, you always hear birds chirping. Yes. Coloring, solo hiking, daily interaction with spirit guides in the universe. So beautiful. There's just so much for you. Just keep expanding and keep trusting and keep moving into the things that bring you joy. Yeah, put a link to the Kickstarter. Please support the campaign. I have a digital app that I made out of this deck so you can carry it on the go. And I created a constellations facilitation modality with this deck. So I bring groups together in retreats and in online spaces. And it's like a systemic constellation or family constellation therapy where instead of working through the ancestral line, people actually choose cards from the deck and have people in the group represent those cards and then have a dialogue with your inner world and transform any energetic blockages to open a door into a new path. Hey Zane, I'd be happy to read it, pull a card for you. Just take a moment to drop into your heart space, tune in to your intention. And what kind of support are you looking for in your life right now? You're so welcome, Ogana. So Zane, when you are clear in your ask and what kind of support you're looking for at this time, just pop it in the chat that you're ready for me to pull a card for you. Beautiful. 24, stay. And just notice the energy coming from this card. What's drawing you in this image? What message are you receiving? I'm getting a sense that your brain moves very fast, Zane. You have a lot of thoughts going on, a lot of ideas. You can get very excited about things. And you want to just do and act on things. I can feel that. I feel the energy that's coming through is a reminder to focus on something, on like one thing that's really important to you. Yeah. That's like, this isn't about staying in a location. It's about staying true to your mastery and to one thing that is really going to support you long term. And that thing may evolve over time, but rather than doing 10 or 20 different projects or things or following kind of squirrel, actually, really choosing one thing, and you can't choose wrong. Just allowing yourself that consistency to really master what it is that you're creating or working on in your life. Does that resonate with you? It's funny, when I look at this dog, I see the dog's paws like kind of beating on the earth, and it almost reminds me of like whatever it is that you're creating or whatever projects you're working on, like you're kind of in that space of like action and doing, and like really kind of down in the earth and the physical, making it happen. So just keep with it. Stay consistent, stay committed. You're on the right path. Beautiful. All right. Thank you, Zane. And for anybody who popped in recently, I'm doing readings from the Self-Mastery Oracle deck. I just launched my Kickstarter today. Woo, I'm so excited. This has been 2 years in the making. So I'm just so stoked to share this with you. This is a resource to guide you inward to your own inner guidance system. So we're not channeling anything. I'm just asking you questions as you relate to the images and the frequencies and the cards. So basically, when you tune into these cards, they are all frequencies that I sing into each card with my voice. So they're their own consciousness, they're their own resource. Hey, Ruba. So I need to kind of go back and see who wanted a card read next. guidance. All right, Ruba. And just take a moment to take a breath and drop into your heart space. And set your intention. Where would you like support in your life at this moment? What's active and alive for you? Where are you looking for guidance? And when you are ready, just let me know in the chat and I'll pull a card for you. Your ask is clear. Awesome. I'm curious, whereabouts in the world are you, Ruba? Card I pulled for you is the Let That Shit Go card. I know it's a little harsh. But really, this is a frequency that's supporting you and just letting it go. I'm kind of getting a sense that you've been worrying about something that's really created a lot of stress in your life. And this is just really a reminder and a push that whatever it is, however you are thinking about the situation, that you can let go of it, that you can trust that. And just me speaking from my own wisdom and experience, when you clear room in your life, in your brain space, in your emotional space to let go, then it opens up a window to a new opportunity, a new energy and experiences to flow in. So I want to encourage you to feel your connection to your feet, to the earth. And if you can even imagine little trapdoors opening up in the bottoms of your feet, and you are releasing any negative thought forms or energies or emotions that are not serving you, you can drop that energy down into the earth to compost. And it doesn't require any effort. You just gotta intend, and it is. I see you, Ruba. It's been a lot. It's been heavy on your heart, I know. You do have support. And you have support around you that you don't even know. It's kind of the image I'm getting is as you're releasing and just kind of surrendering into that, then the support that you require is going to come into your life from unexpected places and peoples. It's almost over. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's been a long road. But you're in the last stretch of this completion. So congratulations. And just know that you can trust yourself. Whew. And if there's anything you can do to relax your nervous system, take a salt bath, or if you can swim in the ocean or somewhere with salt water, and that just feels like it would really support your nervous system. You're so welcome. Would anyone else like a card pull this morning? I'm going to be online until for another 25 minutes, so I'm going to keep going. Today I'm celebrating the Self-Mastery Oracle deck Kickstarter launch. 4/4, it's my mom's birthday. It's a good luck day, and it's a portal. So I can't kind of read for anyone outside of yourself. So the way that this oracle deck works is that it's a way of tuning into your own inner guidance system. So when you are experiencing transition or any struggle or energetic block, it's a way of tuning into how to support yourself. So trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. So I'm just doing one card per person. So I'd like to show you a little bit more of the artwork. Soul harmonics. Bringing frequency and music into your life. Support system. And just notice if any of these words are popping out from the card. What support are you asking to connect with at this time? Breath. Such a beautiful resource. This is a female Jedi or female Buddha. Sorry, not Buddha. Yoda. Female Yoda. To be Jedi is to face the truth and choose. That is a quote from Star Wars. This is the only card that came through that actually had an entire quote rather than just a phrase. This is truly a card of mastery. And of course it's the 11, which I find to be a number of mastery. And the Yoda, female Yoda, she's holding a phenakite crystal. It's like a very special crystal that has an attunement to psychic intuitive powers. And speaking of crystals, recalibration. This is the kind of card that it's like when somebody's in confusion and they just need like a perspective shift. It's like this frequency kind of reorganizes the field and then creates clarity and like a launch off point for a new perspective. That's how I witness this one often when I do readings with people. And yes, I do readings with this deck, longer form readings, if you head over to selfmasteryoracle.com. Ooh, time travel. This is a very powerful alchemy. This is about letting go of old stories, timelines, traumas, and experiences, and rewriting your relationship to them and bringing through and activating the crystalline codes in your new timeline. Bringing in more light, embodying more of your light, more of your wisdom, more of your joy. Hey, Harmonia Tarot. Would you like a card pull today? I'm so grateful that you're on today, that you came live. Awesome. So just take a moment to take a breath into your heart and drop in and just see what's arising for you in this moment. Where would you like support? Just tuning into your ask, your insight, And let me know when you're ready. "42. Follow your heart." It's interesting, as I was shuffling the deck, I felt the frequency of elephant come in as a guide. I don't know if you ever work with elephant. They're incredibly heart-centered, just huge, huge hearts, physically and emotionally and energetically. Oh, that makes sense, of course, if you work with Ganesh. So just noticing what's popping off the card in this image. Where is your attention being drawn? What's speaking to you? The interesting thing that I'm drawn to in the card is the word follow. It's like whatever your heart is leading or guiding you to. It's kind of, I've never interpreted this card this way, but it's almost like others have already paved the way before you. And there are those that while you're doing your own thing, you're completely, you're unique. Like I'm sure you have teachers, but that you can actually follow a path that was already built, that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Or maybe it could be that you're following a lineage potentially. But this is maybe just confirmation of that in the path that you're moving into. Does that resonate with you? It's like you are a lineage holder. Right, right. You teach about deities, so that's part of the work already. It's interesting though, it's like you're carrying a lineage or maybe even multiple lineages, and yet the fortune cookie on this card is empty. So as a wisdom keeper, you get to write a path moving forward, that it's like while you're following in certain footsteps, you're also bringing through like your own interpretation, your own magic, your own wisdom, your own specific legacy in the work that you're doing. And it's like beyond work. It's how you carry yourself in the world. It's how you move. That's how you move in the world. Yeah, and the fortune cookie, yeah, it can be trust because you write the fortune in the fortune cookie. Or it could be that the universe does. What does that trust look like? What are you putting trust in? And just kind of reflecting back. And then there's like the queen bee on the top. I see her like diving into the heart latte and just like relishing in it and like having so much fun. It's like she's swimming, doing like some backstroke in the heart latte. This was actually the first card I made in the deck, and it's the last card in the deck. The first and the last. There's something very like full circle about this card. And I think just orienting from the heart, everything that I aspire to create comes from the heart and comes back into the heart. So it's just kind of perfect how this came through. I'm going to drop the link to the Kickstarter in the chat for anybody who popped on later. Today I'm celebrating the launch day of my 30-day Self-Mastery Oracle deck Kickstarter. So this is a resource to go inward and connect to your own inner guidance system. And I'm going to be doing online workshops, and I have some in-person workshops and retreats coming up using the card deck. And eventually I will be training facilitators to incorporate this into their work. So people in group and circle can actually choose cards, resources to tune into to work through their own challenges and transitions. And they choose people from the group to represent the frequencies and have an inner dialogue with themselves, externalizing an inner dialogue. And so as a facilitator, I hold space to support people in connecting to their own inner wisdom and insights through this process. So I'm so excited that this is all coming out into the world. Ruba says, what's that for? So the constellations. So the constellations, each group has a different theme. I've done constellation groups for abundance, for relationships, for working through traumas. I'm actually going to be hosting, my next retreat is called Opening a Window to the Heart out in Keswick, Virginia, outside of Charlottesville. And that's on April 12th at Bridge Between the Worlds Retreat Center. And then I'm taking a group to Hawaii with me, a group of women on May 9th through the 13th. And we're going to be on the island of Oahu in Turtle Bay. And I'm going to be supporting women who have experienced loss and grief of a child or a spouse or a parent, and working through that transition. And me and my sister Tiare Loom, who is Native Hawaiian, she is actually, she's a medicine woman as well. And she and I have special permission to access some sacred lands on the island. And so it's going to be a very, very special experience. So I'm so grateful to be able to help you, Ruba. I'm going to post my website also if you guys are interested in learning more about me and my work and my background. It's just melanieadrianna.com. And I'm so excited about this Kickstarter. This is just huge. When I created this deck, I didn't know that I would be sharing it with people. I just made it out of an act of pure self-love for myself, because I've been through the most crazy and intense energetic psychic shit you can possibly imagine, but it's also kind of been a training ground for me to be able to hold space and have the capacity and compassion for people when they're going through their own transitions. So I've kind of come full circle now, and I feel so strong and so capable and so excited to be in support of others who are going through it, who are opening up into their remembrance and to expanding their consciousness. Oh, you're in Australia. How cool is that, Ruba? You should hit me up. I do workshops online as well. So I would so love for you to participate. One of the options on the Kickstarter is that you can actually join one of my online workshops. That's one of the pledges. So check that out. I really want to build an international community with this, and this deck is going to be available to ship internationally as well, with the exclusion of several war-torn countries. Unfortunately, it's not going to Ukraine, but I hope that I can get some of these card decks to Ukrainians, as that is my lineage, and I speak Ukrainian. So it's also, what's happening there is also very close to my heart, and I have family there. But I want to show you one of those very special cards called Ancestral Wisdom. And this card was influenced by my Ukrainian heritage. And there's the sunflower and the poppy and the pascha bread. And then these are ancient Trypillian symbols, and the wheat, all representative of Ukraine, the breadbasket of Europe. So those are the images that came through on this. But when you connect to this card with your own ancestry, just feeling into the ancient wisdom that comes from the land, from the plants and the flowers, from your ancestors, the traditions that are brought down, the language. Such a pleasure to share this with you all. If anybody else would like a card pull, let me know. I'll be online for the next 9 minutes. And I think I'm going to make this a regular thing. I want to hop on YouTube Live for at least once a week, maybe twice a week, to do some readings. So if you're interested in that, just follow my YouTube page. You can also follow my Substack newsletter, where I'm going to be posting updates on the campaign. And I have a couple stretch goals. And what a stretch goal is if I reach certain benchmarks in the campaign, I'm going to be adding goodies to the card deck. And so basically, I decided that after certain benchmarks, I'm actually going to be adding surprise cards to the deck. So I can't tell you what they are yet, but if I open them up, I'm going to be sharing that through my newsletter and actually on the Kickstarter campaign page. So again, I'll share that link with you in the stream. And yeah, let's pull a couple more cards. I want to pick a card for connecting to the planet, supporting the planet. How can we as humanity be better stewards of this planet? Woo! Embrace fear. Wow. When I think about the frequency of the planet and how we relate to her, I think about how there are so many people going through their awakening right now who are releasing fear in so many different ways. And it's almost like, it feels like that's like a shedding of fear that's of the earth as well, of all the trauma that's happened on the land. And we do have the capacity and the ability to support the land through our own movement through fear, to actually intentionally release it and to transmute it, to compost it, to connect with nature and the spaces that we live in intentionally, to acknowledge the traumas that have happened on the land, reparation. Kind of thinking of like what Nelson Mandela did in South Africa with apartheid, like acknowledging the trauma that's there. And through that, witnessing, the energy actually moves. So hearing the stories, acknowledging what has been here in the United States. I'm in Virginia, and there's a tremendous amount of trauma here on the land, from like the Civil War and the annihilation of Native American populations here. So it's like, as people live on the land and embrace and feel what's happened here and release their own fear, it's actually a way of supporting the land herself, making room. There's another card coming through. Yeah, peace and quiet. Just bringing in peace and stillness in places that were once ravaged by war. Or trauma. Yeah, I'm just seeing this like blanket of peace covering the land. And so we can support that with our own meditation practice too. being peace, embodying peace, spreading it. Good night, Ruba. Thanks for coming. And I'm going to pick one last card before I head off. And the intention for this card pull is going to be I'm just feeling my heart ignite. This is just going to be about heart expansion, just going back into the heart. Oh, there we go. Gaia. Just feel this. Feel your own connection to the earth, to Gaia. When I tune into Gaia, I just feel such big love. It's like, it's so enormous. All right, my friends, I will keep you posted. If you follow my YouTube or my Substack, I'm going to be sharing when I'm doing more card reads coming up this month. I anticipate jumping online with several readers, and one of them is with us today, Harmonia Tarot. So I'm so excited to be reading with you later this month. And check out her channel. She's amazing. And yeah, please support the Kickstarter, share it with your beloveds, and I really appreciate you being here and being a part of this community. So, bye.